January is almost halfway over already, which means we are officially really into the depth of the Nintendo Direct season. Now, we are all expecting a big Nintendo Direct to happen in the first couple of weeks of February. That's normally when Nintendo does it. In the past, however, they have had times where they actually had Directs in January, so we have to keep that in mind. There's still a small, and I mean extremely small, sliver of a chance that there could be a Direct in the last couple of weeks of January. But what if I told you we might not have a Nintendo Direct at all? Or if we do, it's going to be extremely small. Well, I'm about to dive into something that I think could be happening before our very own eyes, but before I dive into that, if you notice I sound a little weird, I said it yesterday, but I did get 2 of my wisdom teeth taken out, so like half of my jaw is kind of numb right now, and I can't really like open it and close it that much, so it might sound a little mumbled. But also, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Switch 2, all things the brand new Mario game that's apparently coming, and just everything Nintendo. Most of you watching this video right now are not yet subscribed, so it'll only take a second. Thank you so much. Let's dive into the video. So I see a lot of people online coming to the conclusion that there could be a chance that we just don't have any more Nintendo Directs for the Nintendo Switch, that in fact we're done completely. When you look at all the games that are coming out, most of the games are still far off, like Luigi's Mansion 2 is in the summer, and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is probably even after that, as it didn't even have a summer release date, just 2024, so those games may not even need to be talked about. But you look at what's coming out, and Nintendo has already covered a couple of games so far. Another Code of Recollection got a pretty huge overview trailer at the beginning of January, and this makes a lot of sense because the game comes out January 19th, which is next Friday, so they had to get out a lot of information about this soon. But they could have waited for a Nintendo Direct in January, and this kind of in my own head tells me that we're probably not going to see any type of Direct in January, even though some leakers like Zippo has stated that there is a chance that we see a Nintendo Switch cleanup Direct in January, but it's not looking very likely. We also got another short gameplay trailer for Mario vs. Donkey Kong coming out in February. As this was nothing huge, as it was really just a 30-second trailer, it showed that the game will have some updates. For instance, there's 2 brand new worlds, some type of snow world and a carnival themed level, and it showed some new obstacles and stuff to dodge and some other new additions as well. So it's not just a direct port or a lazy remaster. It seems to be some quality of life improvements as well, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, a new trailer for Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which could have just went in a Nintendo Direct. But Mario vs. Donkey Kong comes out February 16th, and I think it's safe to say that we would expect there to be a Nintendo Direct before the release of this game for sure if there was going to be one in February. So yeah, it's kind of strange why they would go out and show more of this game already, but I guess once again it makes sense if you consider the fact that the game comes out the 16th. If they show it off just a week or even 2 weeks before the game comes out, it might be pushing it a little too much and they need to get that advertisement out. So maybe it's a way, once again, of them just showing stuff in order to prepare fans for the game a couple weeks in advance. But still, it's strange that they're dropping all these trailers on Twitter just kind of out of nowhere. And then they revealed something that's kind of big for a lot of people. Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age coming to Nintendo Switch Online for Game Boy Advance games, which is pretty interesting. Now, they normally show Switch Online games like this, you know, just dropping trailers on Twitter or on YouTube, so it's nothing super crazy, but yeah, that's a lot of announcements in just a couple of weeks. And yeah, if Nintendo was gearing up for a big Nintendo Direct, we normally see them save all their trailers that they possibly can for that Nintendo Direct specifically. What is it that I think is going on here? Well, there is a chance that I believe that either Nintendo is preparing for a Nintendo Direct by getting rid of some of their smaller titles and announcing the trailers now, or there's a chance that there might not even be a Nintendo Direct for the Switch anymore. We might go straight into this new console's presentation in February or maybe even March. Well, let's go with the first option right now. Let's say there is a Nintendo Direct coming in February, and Nintendo wants to get out some of these titles ahead of time in preparation for maybe a bunch of new things that they want to announce and they don't want to spend too much time on during that Nintendo Direct. So Another Code and Mario vs. Donkey Kong are considered some small titles that they could just hurry up and throw out some trailers for and not spend a lot of time for that Direct. It also wouldn't surprise me if they did this with Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC and just dropped a trailer on Twitter one morning and said that it was coming out, you know, at the beginning of February or something. This could be a much easier way to handle it and go about talking about some smaller things still coming out on the Switch before jumping into that new console. They can do the same exact thing with Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, where it's a 3DS game and they've already had 2 pretty substantial trailers showing us what we're going to get, and I'm pretty sure we know what we're going to get. You know, there's just some multiplayer with the scare scrape wallpaper things, and that's pretty much it. It's just upgraded from the 3DS, so they don't really need to dive into this all that much either, and plus it's coming in the summertime, so it's not really a main point or a point of focus for Nintendo. So to me, I feel like the only things Nintendo needed to focus on would be Princess Peach Showtime and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, where Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is once again a remake or a remaster of the original GameCube title, so unless there's like some huge changes, like some new additions that they've added, I don't think they need to, go in depth with this game in a Nintendo Direct. They could, once again, just post a trailer online somewhere. Princess Peach Showtime is kind of in the same boat. They already showed Princess Peach Showtime in 2 Nintendo Directs for a reveal and also for a deeper trailer showing her transformations, so really they could just drop a Twitter video once again, or if they really want to flesh the game out, have its own small mini Direct focused on the game, showing off what the game is actually going to be like for its March release date. Now, I highly doubt this is going to be it for the Nintendo Switch until we get the new console at the end of the year. This is probably still going to be like Mario Sports titles, maybe a Mario Party, maybe some other small titles like a Kirby eShop game, and those things could all be just kind of announced in a mini Direct or maybe even in a Twitter drop or something. But if this is all we're getting for the Switch, that's all Nintendo needs to do, and they might not even have a Nintendo Direct in February. They might just be saving all their big reveals for a March or maybe even a February Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, where it's more like the presentation that we got back in 2017, where they show off the new console and all the big fancy new games that will be coming to the console later on in the year. Part of me wants to believe that this Nintendo Direct that we're expecting may not even come. They might jump straight into a new presentation for this new console, where we then start the era of Nintendo Directs for this new console instead of Switch focused. It'll all be focused on Switch 2. Or maybe Nintendo doesn't even want a whole presentation for this console. After all, the rumors are saying it's going to be like the 3DS, going from the DS to the 3DS, where this is kind of just going to be a very high-end, upgraded, better version of the Switch that a lot of people will want to buy because you can only play the new games with this new console. So, all they'll have to do is really just maybe in the middle of the Direct, have the first half of the Nintendo Direct focused on the Switch, and the second half focused on this new console, where they can end the show revealing that big 3D open world Mario game that's been rumored and showcase some new titles that are coming at the very tail end of the year and just kind of get people excited for them. Say, hey, we got all these fun Switch games that we can still play in the first half of this year, most of them being remakes and remasters, but there are some exciting things to look forward to at the very end of the year and towards the holiday season as this new console is beginning to arrive. Honestly, who knows what's going to happen? With even new rumors coming out saying that the Switch 2 is coming this September, they definitely have to get this thing announced and talk about what games are coming to the console as well. Who knows at this point? It's all speculation and rumors and leaks, and it's all up in the air for what could actually happen. It's up to Nintendo to finally announce this thing and reveal it, and I think January is still going to be primarily quiet as we get ready before the big storm arrives, which is probably going to be in February. No matter what, we're going to be getting information soon, so stay tuned. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that happens in the world of Nintendo. What do you think is going to happen based on a Nintendo Direct coming up, or maybe even a Switch 2 presentation? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. Like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.